Hi gang, it's Miss Tina here to read you another story. This one is by the same author as Smelly Socks. The title is Stephanie's Ponytail. As you can see, I'm wearing a ponytail for Stephanie. The story is by Robert Munch. The pictures by Michael Marchenko. Stephanie's Ponytail. One day, Stephanie went to her mom and said, "None of the kids in my class have a ponytail. I want a nice ponytail coming right out the back of my head." So Stephanie's mom gave her a nice ponytail coming right out the back of her head. When Stephanie went to school, the other kids looked at her and said, "Ugly, very ugly." Stephanie said, "Hey, it's my ponytail and I like it." The next morning when Stephanie went to school, all the other girls had ponytails coming out the back. Stephanie looked at them and said, "You guys are a bunch of copycats. You just do whatever I do. You don't have a brain in your head." The next morning, Stephanie's mom said, "Stephanie, would you like a ponytail coming out the back?" Stephanie said, "No." "Then that's that," said her mom. "That's the only place you can do ponytails." "No, it's not," said Stephanie. "I want one coming out the side, just above my ear." "Very strange," said her mom. "Are you sure that's what you want?" "Yes," said Stephanie. So her mom gave Stephanie a nice ponytail coming right out over her ear. When she went to school, the other kids saw her and said, "Ugly, ugly, very ugly." Stephanie said, "It's my ponytail and I like it." The next morning when Stephanie came to school, all the girls and even some of the boys had nice ponytails coming just over their ear. The next morning, Stephanie's mom said, "Stephanie, would you like a ponytail coming out the back?" Stephanie said, "No." "Would you like a ponytail coming out the side?" Stephanie said, "No." "Then that's that," said her mom. "There's no other place for ponytails." "Yes, there is," said Stephanie. "I want one coming out the top of my head, just like a tree." "That's very, very strange," said her mom. "Are you sure that's what you want?" "Yes," said Stephanie. So her mom gave Stephanie a nice ponytail coming out the top of her head like a tree. When Stephanie went to school, the other kids saw her and said, "Ugly, ugly, very ugly." Stephanie says, "It's my ponytail and I like it." The next day, all the girls and all the boys had ponytails coming straight out the top. It looked like broccoli was growing out of their heads. The next morning, Stephanie's mom said, "Would you like a ponytail coming out the back?" Stephanie said, "No." "Would you like one coming out the side?" Stephanie said, "No." "Would you like one coming out the top?" Stephanie said, "No." "Then that's definitely that," said her mom. "There's no other place that you can have a ponytail." "Yes, there is," said Stephanie. "I want one coming out the front and hanging down in front of my nose." But nobody will know if you're coming or you're going, said her mom. Are you sure that's what you want? Yes, said Stephanie, so her mom gave her a nice ponytail coming straight out the front. On the way to school, she bumped into 4 trees, 3 cars, 2 houses, and 1 principal. When she finally got to her class, the other kids said, "Ugly, ugly, very ugly." Stephanie said, "It's my ponytail, and I like it." The next day, all the girls and all the boys and even the teacher had ponytails coming out the front, down in front of their noses. None of them could see where they were going. They bumped into desks, they bumped into each other, they bumped into the walls, and by mistake, 3 girls went into the boys' bathroom. Stephanie yelled, "You guys are a bunch of copycats. You just do whatever I do. When I come to school tomorrow, I'm coming to school with my head shaved." The first person to come the next day was the teacher. She had her head shaved and she was bald. The next to come were the boys, and they had their head shaved and they were bald. The next to come were the girls, and they had their heads shaved and they were bald. The last person to come to school was Stephanie, and she had a nice little ponytail coming right out the back of her head. They're running after Stephanie. What does this teach you? Should we do what everybody else does? Should we think with our own brain, grow our own brain in our own way? Yeah. I hope you guys have a great day. Do your own thing. Be kind to one another. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye from Miss Tina.